Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As you can see by the title today, we're here to showcase the power of a 6'6" max weight build in NBA 2K23. So, in case you guys aren't familiar, this is little Bigman. Now, shout out to this guy too, this is crazy. You can tell this guy's just a pure 1v1 post scorer. 3% from 3, which probably means he just gets forced pickups sometimes and is forced to put up some 3-pointers, and maybe he's made a couple of them on a different build. But for the most part, 70% field goal, GOAT status, all that stuff, averaging even more points per game than me, also 5.3 rebounds per game too. So this guy is clearly a 1v1 player. But as you can see, we got the big heifer right here. We got the 6'6", 265 pounds, burly body shape, all that stuff, two-way glass cleaning slasher. We'll showcase the build later in today's video. It's 24 finishing badges, 18 playmaking, and 36 defense. Double defensive cores, all that stuff. Got Hoff glove, Hoff interceptor, although obviously not running it on 1v1 court, but Hoff glove, clamps, challenger, all that stuff. It's ridiculous, bro. It's a crazy build. And it was even more ridiculous when I created it. The origin of this build was when the pluck steals were still good in this game, and it was a crazy time to be able to be using this build. Unfortunately though, the pluck steals got patched instantly after I made this build. Like, I'm talking as soon as I finished coring glove and interceptor, boom, the pluck steal patch came in. So back plucks were no longer. It obviously addressed the pluck steals in general a tad bit too, but in today's video we're here to showcase the power of the defense and the offense of this little big man build. Now, as you can see, getting heavy contests on this stuff, and I do, with the power of 99 offensive rebound because of my weight, have Hall of Fame pogo stick. However, my interior defense is in the 70s. It's not very great. It's 74 with 72 block, so it's not exactly the best interior defender, but 94 strength with Hall of Fame brick wall also makes up for that too. Resisting backdowns, as you can see, he is having a hard time getting down to this paint. It's just when he gets down here, I have to be able to make a play. So now you can see pogo stick jumps or hands up. Unfortunately though, you can see he makes a 29% red contest. It'll just happen, obviously. But you wait long enough with your good contest and just solid hands up defense, you will get a stop eventually. Right here, he tries to hit a spin lay. I still play hands up, get a 12, and he misses. So we're able to get the ball back. Now, I want you to see the offensive abilities of this build. Now, in the current situation that I have it at, it's only 72 speed with ball. It gets up to 75, but the way I upgraded it currently, and I'm only a 97 overall, I don't have speed with ball maxed out yet. I actually, for that matter, don't have perimeter defense maxed yet either. It's 93 perimeter D instead of the 97. However, in today's video, we're showcasing it against, obviously, an inside big man, so it doesn't exactly matter that much. But as you can see, dunk meter, dunk meter, dunk meter. We still have 85 ball handle. I wish I would have, in retrospect, tried to get this build 89 ball handle, because you can do that, obviously, at 6'6". It's just, it's really expensive to get all this stuff between the 99 steal, the 97 prim D, still having 99 O board. I mean, it's a cool build. I can't wait to show you guys this as far as the ratings go for those who haven't even seen this before. But as you can see, solid SIGs, solid behind the back. We get that nice contact dunk to go there, or dunk meter more so. It's 93 driving dunk still. It actually goes up to 82 driving lay. It's only at 71 currently as well. But good standing dunk. It's even actually made to be not exactly a 1v1 player. It actually is built to play more so on the park, and even maybe I could load it up in Pro-Am, but we'll see. The drawback to that is I only have 27 free throw on this. I was penny pinching like crazy on this thing. But yeah, anyway, back to the gameplay. I'll showcase and talk about the build when we get to the end of the video. But as you can see, sizing him up behind the back again, into the contact dunk. We're doing the same thing over and over again, and it's working. And unfortunately, I continue to do the same thing over and again, and it continues to work. Now, eventually, I should have realized you're going to obviously jump on every one of these contact dunks, so I probably should be ready to react. But as you can see, I'm setting up the behind the back again. He actually cuts it off really good, but with the power of 99 offense rebound and Hall of Fame rebound chaser, we get it back over the big man. And now we go straight back in, green on the contact dunk meter again. I mean, it's a tough look, bro. This build can actually move still. It still is able to get pretty good acceleration. It's not great. It's only 77, but it's still movable. And I'm not sure it truly matters. At the end of the day, I do still have the 93 dunk and slash take, and that's about all I need to work. However, you can see he actually sizes up for this block really good. Now, he's going to get the ball back right here, but you're going to see I'm actually going to defend this play pretty well. I ended up getting a good block right here, so you can see we're trying to wall him off from the inbounds to get it back. I get a chase down block with only bronze chase down active as well, and it's off of him on top of that. So this build also gets 82 vertical. Obviously, we wanted that for the elite contact dunks. I didn't get it super amazing vertical for what the height could have been. I just wish this build had more attribute points to work with, but we all know how the 6'6s move. However, as you can see, the whole point of what I was talking about earlier is I was running at him, charging in here, and going for the contact dunks. Now, I messed up the dribble moves a tad bit right here, but as you can see, we kind of just drive right into him, baiting the jump. And as you can see, he reacts, tries to jump to what he initially thought was going to be that drive on the contact dunk, and now we just get right past him. For the acrobatic lay, I more so actually, to be honest with you, meant to go up with the standing dunk, but is what it is. Obviously, the acrobats pretty much just go in every single time in this game as long as you're open. But going back into the paint, we're trying to bait that jump again. I get the foul, however, I probably could have waited a tad bit longer, but you never know. These guys could have pogo. You don't really want to risk it too bad going for the delayed jumps and stuff like that. You don't want to just sit there and wait too long because he might just get back up and be able to get a block. Again, I'm going at him though, and I'm going to bait these jumps out. I'm not going at that dunk meter anymore if he's going to continue to jump. And we got plenty of time. I can go in there, bait that up, and force him to jump. And if he does jump, he's showing his hand a little bit and shows that he's really trying to go for that. Now right here, he cuts me off really good, and I gotta go back on this one because this is a pretty cool like little live time reaction. But I know it's toxic. It's so toxic right here. But anyway, snatch back into behind the back. He cuts it off really good. I stopped dribbling entirely, hit the Westbrook right here, straight back into the paint because he cut me off good. So there's a counter and a counter reaction to every action that he does, and it's just something with the slasher style that I really like. And obviously, you know, at the end of the day on a shooting build, people could bait me into jump shots, but with this, I can truly just absolutely key in on the way that I want to need to get to the paint. Now, however, he does body me up pretty good right there, kicks me out the dunk meter before it even starts, and now he's back on offense with slash take himself too. So I'm expecting that he might have some dunk meter bag in him as well. Truth be told though, nobody else in this game truly does. I mean, there are some people out there that are very good with this stuff. I've actually met a good few of them too, between Salt and Dre. They're actually both brothers, and they're both really good with their dunk meter. I met them in Rec through Spillboy from 2K Labs. Really cool dudes. And also Spillboy, really solid at the dunk meter too. Tonic, I would argue, is also really good, and then we also have IQ. I know about 5 people in this game that are literally like competent and really good with their dunk meter, but besides that, opponents, I haven't really seen anybody that's really like that with this stuff. And as you can see, the slasher dude right here, he has slash take, but it's really not actually coming out here to do like slasher things. Now, as you can see on this is what I was just talking about. Like, yeah, I can sit here and expect to be able to bait the jumps and stuff like that. Shout out to the steal too on the 99 steal. But right here, it's so obvious he's gonna go for the block, right? And then I go up with this. However, it's obvious that with pogo, you can get away with stuff like that, and he probably does have pogo for that matter too. So he gets the ball back again. Now we're back on defense with it. We're bodying him up, playing really good defense on it, trying to make sure he can't get any post spins to go. Gonna be able to try and reach for stuff like that, and as you can see, little big man getting stops in little big man ways. We're not even going for the blocks down low. We're actually just going for the steal, get a bump on it. I hit the Westbrook, he's late on the jump, and we get it to go. I mean, this is only 66 close shot. It's like 75 standing dunk, but you can still mash on this stuff. It is a little bit unfortunate on the fast twitch and stuff like that. It's obviously a little bit harder to get, but for that matter too, the badge tiering is a little bit different than the typical 6.9s that I use, so I actually can't afford to run it on bronze. And same with even like Masher too. Now Masher is very unlikely because obviously I am, you know, kind of stuck with being 6'6", so it doesn't really work on many people. But for that matter too, I have an idea that I want to try, but I need to get my finishing core badges first. I will be able to run Gold Bully. I did miss out on Hall of Fame. Unfortunately, the strength is extremely expensive, and I would not recommend to make a build this high on strength, to be honest with you guys. It's so expensive. But real quick, we're going to showcase the build, and then we'll segue over to a second gameplay. I want to kind of like switch things up a little bit here. So we're going to go over and showcase the build, then we'll switch to a second gameplay as well. But as for this gameplay, as you can see, 22 points, 11 for 15. He ended up like blocking a couple of the dunk meter stuff that we had, and really more so just kicking it out of, not actually blocking. But we had 2 steals, 1 block that actually got us the ball back too. Also, as far as his build goes, as you can see, he has 99 standing dunk with 93 driving dunk, 77 lay and 74 close shot, 70 ball handle, and he has like 80 interior defense and 93 block, and also is 6'11". So this is a tough build for me to match up with, and we actually did a pretty good job with this. But again, Hoff rise up. I mean, that's crazy. Like, this build it's defending pretty solid on the interior if you ask me, for all things considered. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and showcase the build. Alright, so I'm not gonna lie, I actually trolled so hard with my ones badges right here. This is exactly what I had on, but I didn't even take Interceptor Core off. So I never even took Interceptor off, bro. That's a tragedy. That's so bad. I could have had like Menace and post lockdown and stuff like that, or even maybe some ankle braces. Actually could have buffed my brick wall up to Hall of Fame too. But this is what I was working with in the gameplay. So this is what the badge count generally looks like. I could obviously like take something down a little bit to get brick wall up to Hall of Fame, because that's what I would prefer to do. So probably things like Workhorse, boom, there's the brick wall up to Hoff. It's just for 1v1 court, I wanted Workhorse as high as possible, because obviously I'm going to need this more than anything to track down loose balls. Playmaking wise, we're still working on the handles for Days core. It'll get there eventually, but we don't even have Clamp Breaker or Killer Combo. I mean, I'm probably not going to run Killer Combos, to be real with you, but either way, the quick first step core, good enough for the moment. And then we got the gold unpluckable, gold hyperdrive, and then the silver ankle breaker as well, because there's nothing better to really run in the tier 1s for like 1v1 badges. But honestly, I'd probably run something between like silver dimer or maybe bronze dimer and bronze needle threader instead of ankle breaker if I was playing with teammates. We do still have to work on coring this Handless for Days though. That's gonna have to happen eventually. And it can be pretty easy too. It's just I have to put a little bit more time into the build. Speaking of putting more time into the build, if I get Poster Core, that would allow me to run Slithery, or if I wanted to try something new, could afford Bully at that point too. But again, I already had a finishing core that I don't really have anything else to put on between Takeoff and Poster and stuff like that. Could have cored Fast Twitch, but then where does that really get me? Because then all I can do is really put like a tier 1 badge on anyway, between like Acrobat maybe. Honestly, I really just trolled. I could have put better badges on. I could have taken things like Aerial Wizard and Interceptor off from my cores and stuff like that, but it is what it is. The build's not exactly complete, so it's a little unfortunate. And then as far as the attributes go, again, I'm missing a couple things. Driving leg could get to 82. I could get way better layup packages at 80 as opposed to 71 or 70 just in general. The perimeter defense going up to 97, that makes a huge difference too, because then obviously, like I said, I get the Hoff Clamps and Hoff Challenger. If you guys like this build and think it'd be really fun content to watch, let me know. I would absolutely be down to grind the rest of this build out and actually do it for the sake of content. But anyway, again, to get back to this stuff, I'm missing speed with ball. I'd be able to get a better dribble style, obviously the Michael Jordan dribble style. I'm using Pro currently. I tried the Gabby Williams, and I think Pro is just better personally, but again, almost at that 97 prim. 74 interior, 72 block. We have 99 offensive rebound and 84 D-board. Now, this is where the expensive stuff comes into play. The strength is 94, and unfortunately, I made the stamina 93. Now, between like running a lower level of Handless for Days, even though it's still silver, it's actually pretty good. But with how heavy my build is and the lack of stamina, the build bleeds through stamina and just drains the energy a lot quicker than most builds that I usually play on, between like 206 and 205. Like weight builds and stuff like that, as opposed to being 265 with 93 stamina instead of 99. You can feel the difference for sure. But either way, absolute crazy on the strength for Hoff Brick Wall. And what I actually would prefer to run when it comes to team play, like playing with 3v3 or maybe even 5v5, it would be a badge let out more like this, where if I take 2 badge points off of Workhorse and take Chase Down Artist off entirely, we are now looking at Hall of Fame Challenger, Hall of Fame Clamps, Glove, Interceptor, Rebound Chaser, Brick Wall, Box Out Beast, and Pogo Stick. That is 4 Hall of Fame defensive badges in 2K23. That's a crazy number to see, and it works out because obviously a lot of these are tier 1s, so they're extremely cheap between Rebound Chaser, Brick Wall, Box Out Beast, and Pogo. A lot of the big man related badges, and then obviously we have to put a lot of points into the perimeter defense related badges, but it's okay. That's still definitely like, you know, feasible and stuff like that. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get back into the gameplay though. I just wanted to showcase to you guys what the build actually looked like. And if you made it to this point in the vid and that's all you're really interested in seeing, put build or put big in the comment search parts my way through. But anyway, back into the gameplay, we're going to showcase against a 6'9". Or actually 6'8". But this guy was pretty good. He was messing me up early in this game, to be honest with you. But I wanted to showcase this for the sake of offense and defense. I think it's a cool gameplay to show. It's not the best one, though. I think I already showed the better one, which was me going at another big man, which I think is the cool part of showing with this build. But what I still think is really nasty on this build is actually the perimeter defensive ability. Between the strength and just the big bodiness of the build, and then also the fact that it will eventually get Hall of Fame Clamps and Interceptor and Glove and Challenger, all 4 of those, it could be a really viable perimeter defender. And it still has 88 speed. That's still elite as an on-ball defender, especially for how heavy and, like, you know, just durable the build is on the interior. And still having 99 offensive rebounds still gives me Hoff Box Out Beast and Rebound Chaser. I think this could be a viable on-ball defender and then still be able to switch to bigs if I need to. Now, I don't know about mash defense as far as like guarding 7'2s and 7'3s. 6'6" is probably just too short, to be honest with you. And not to mention, in this gameplay, we're going to talk about our beefs with the build as well, because like I did mention to you guys, I made this before the glove steal like patch, essentially, right? And it really was the driving force of the build. To have 99 steal was so cool, but honestly, to ever feel the difference of that, you need to be able to get plucks. Now look at this. Don't get the steal right there. I get the reach right in his face, and then obviously he's comboing up a little bit. I try and go for a miscellaneous reach just for a random steal. That's not a great reach in, but obviously it still has a chance at getting a steal with a 99. But we're trying to play a little bit more real D. However, with the silver challenge, with the silver chase down and then the bronze anchor, it's not exactly going to get great chase down animations. That's why if I played with like a team, I'd probably prefer to just take chase down off entirely. Look at this dude though, comboing up in my face, all confident and stuff. Knowing he's not going to get plucked or just that I've missed reach-ins already. I mean, look at this. He's just spamming them. And this is a 6'8", and it only could get, obviously, gold unpluckable. It can't get anything higher than that, clearly. So, I don't know, man. There are some times where I really do have some beef with the idea of putting the steel all the way up to 99 on this build. I would have preferred so many different things between 89 ball handle for the Hoff quick first step and the gold clamp breaker. We got things like maybe more interior defense or just more block rating in general too. I couldn't afford all of these things, to be honest with you guys, so we ended up just not going with it. However, as you can see, it does pay off eventually. We're able to actually get the steel. Boom, there we go. The secondary title that I wanted to maybe put in this video too, though, was the power of accelerator. So check this out. This guy ended up with 12 points, went 5 for 5, and didn't get his takeover. He's going to still even get the ball back off a good shot contest and a rebound, and then is still not going to get takeover on. Now, it's possible that I took it off the glove steal, but that's crazy, man. Like, just to be this deep into the game, 6 for 6, and not have your takeover because you have no takeover perk is so tough. And then you're going to see as the game continues and I just get this unbelievable spree of just getting dunks over and over again, it just shows how quickly I can get my takeover off, even just having like lock secondary. But anyway, we actually get some pretty good defense right there. Hall of Fame rebound chaser grabbing the board. We're going to get this to the corner and hit Westbrook back in. I actually really try and use this move quite often on the 1v1 court when people are trying to overplay my run back to the check line, so to say. So as soon as you go back to the corner, you just flick up on your right stick, boom, just drift right back into the paint. Right here, go for the contact dunk, but he's on it. But once again, the O board showing out. Now, I don't think I can mash down low like that, especially if people get to jumping. I'd rather try and just bait them into jumping for the contact dunk, but right here we get past him pretty manageably, and I'm never going to turn down the quick drop if I have it. Obviously, he just played pretty tough defense right there, and by tough, I mean bad, and we're able to just get right past him. Hit it behind the back right here, try and bait the jump, and as you can see, he stays on the ground, so we just get the rise up dunk with no rise up active even for that matter too. Just straight 75 standing dunk at 6'6". It's a crazy thing, man. Anyway, back into the offense. We're going to try and just go for this dunk meter to get the takeover on, and as you can see, boom, green for the take, and now the game's over, essentially, to be honest with you guys. I mean, I feel like me personally, and I don't say this for everybody, because I do think easy blow-bys is still a very broken takeover. It's so overpowered for the sake of your dunk meters just being gigantic on every single dunk meter you do. But for me, when I get easy blow-bys, this is an automatic bucket every time. Now, also, we actually get the ankle breaker with silver ankle breaker on that snatchback. I was just doing it to set up my driving dunk. Kind of like this one where I do the hop jumper instead of the snatchback, doing it to just kind of collect back and set this next move up. And as you can see, behind the back, flipping the ball hand. And for people that are wondering, like, why is he defending you like that? This is bad defense, quote unquote. Well, as you can see, he's trying to react to my left hand as I drive that way. So in his mind, he was already moving this way to protect my left. Because again, just to show, we were doing this movement right here is moving left, and you have to cut this off to actually protect this. But if I do this, baiting it and knowing that he is going to see this and actually have to hyper react to it and move over to left, it's going to open him up and get me this angle right here. I mean, it's all played out, bro. I mean, you saw me doing it in the last gameplay where I was doing the behind the backs and stuff too. You saw it in maybe the tonic gameplay where me and him 1v1 against each other multiple times over and over again. He started to figure out how to play that behind the back, but then there's all types of different stuff too. Now this guy ends up going for a reach in. Unfortunately, just going for the easy quick drop. I mean, it's not great gameplay. It's not great visual for video, but it is what it is. I mean, he's trying to get reach-ins and trying to get the ball back. So right here, I'm protecting a little bit, though, because I don't want to get him the ball back, so I want to make sure he's not going for those bumps and reaches and stuff like that. So we go with the triple threat, a little bit more protection on the dribble style. Hit this behind the back, go for the dunk meter. He actually reacts to it pretty solid, and I get a pretty bad timing, to be honest. A little bit on the slightly early side. But either way, like I said, that's the power of the dunk meter with easy blow-bys. It's an unbelievable thing, bro. Now, back into the next offensive possession. You can see, once again, he's reaching, so we're just going to try and get past him. We bait this jump out, but again, I get another shooting foul instead of just being able to go straight up with it. It is a little bit unfortunate, but obviously that's just how it goes with a low close shot. You don't really feel super comfortable mashing people, but as you can see, we actually end up mashing him again right here. He's going to keep on jumping, and then he gets a little bit hesitant to jump because obviously, as I've been down here for long enough, he's probably thinking, okay, I could probably play hands up D on this 6'6" dude. So 2 jumps. He's low on adrenaline now too. He's gonna have to be real sparing with his adrenaline jumps after that, and as you can see, we just get rise up dunk again with no rise up active because I was trolling and forgot to change my finishing badges. But it's crazy. I mean, it is at the end of the day still 75 standing dunk, and with the slash take boost, that's actually around like 83 as well. But either way, contact dunk green to end the game, get the animation cut off by 2K, classic. But anyway, what a fire build. I love this build. I honestly think with the 97 Primdy, it could shine even more because currently it's getting trolled by the fact that 99 steel is not as valuable as it used to be when I made it. Unfortunate. If I would have known that too, like if I were to recreate this build right now, I would invest more into the perimeter defense early than the steal rating. So it's tough, bro. It is tough. And I'm gonna have to grind all the way to 99 for this freaking perimeter defense and layup, and obviously the speed with ball and stuff too, which are still important upgrades. But I had to try. I had to at least try putting things like strength up super high. In retrospect, do I think strength is actually worth putting all the way to 94? Not really. I mean, it's just for the build concept. It's just to be cool and, like, you know, the chunky, like, hefty weight and stuff like that, and just being 265. Like, obviously you just want to max out your strength. It is expensive though, for a very unreasonable amount of impact to your game, to be honest with you. It's not really a game changer. I don't really do like a ton of back down stuff with this build. While I could do it, and I do have Hall of Fame back down Punisher if I wanted it, it's just not really reasonable to put in the like play style. And maybe it's because it's me. To be honest with you guys, it's possible that I just am so addicted to using the dunk meter, and I'm definitely good with it as well. So it just makes sense for me to attack in a driving style rather than a back down like paint punish style or anything like that, or like the standing dunk mashes and whatnot. But that's the other thing too. I can dribble my way down to the paint anyway, so you don't really need 95 strength or 94 strength. I can literally just dribble my way down in there. They'll end up jumping half the time, and I end up in the exact situation that I would have done if I would have just turned around and backed them down. So it kind of is what it is. I wish I would have invested some different things into the build. But anyway, that is all. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, to drop a like, sub if you're new to noties, all good stuff. And like always, try to 2,000 likes. If you made it to the end of the video, put big or put little big man in the comments. Show supports me all the way through. Also, let me know if you guys want to see more 1v1 and, like, you know, park style gameplay and stuff like that. I don't think I'm really as interested in park as I was like at the beginning of the year. The beginning of the year was really fun for park, but honestly, once I started getting to pro-am a little bit more, I don't really enjoy the park style that much, to be honest with you guys, these days. I would maybe even hop in the rec with this build too, but we'll see about that as well, because again, I only have 27 free throw. I kind of trolled in that aspect too, but I was penny pinching for everything to try and make the strength stuff work, bro. It is so expensive toward the high end, and same with obviously to get 99s in the offensive rebound, steal, and perimeter defense, and to still have 93 driving dunk too, and then pair that with 94 strength, it gets really expensive. Even 88 speed too. So it was just tough to really like get all the attribute budgeting done with this build. But anyway, like I said, that's all for the video. Hope you all enjoyed. Other than that, take it easy, man. Peace.